How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Chronicles of Madman. I'm Kevin Madman Collins, coming at you on my trip to the east coast of Florida. Right now I'm riding through the Villages on State Route 44. Right here there's a sidewalk, so that's kind of nice. But for most of this trip I'm just going to ride the shoulder of State Route 44 all the way to New Smyrna Beach. Last night I stayed in Wildwood, some little dump motel. The area in Wildwood where I stayed last night, not the greatest, but ended up staying at a hotel instead of camping. So I slept in this morning. I'm feeling really good. Doesn't matter how far I make it today, because no matter where I make it to today, I'll be able to ride to the East Coast the next day that I ride. But tonight there's going to be a pause on the trip. Sounds like we've got 2 full days of stormy weather starting tonight. So wherever I get to tonight, hopefully I can find a cheap enough hotel I can stay indoors for 2 nights while this weather passes through. And then Tuesday, I guess, when it clears out, right? Does that sound right? What's today? Today's Sunday. Yeah, so I'll stay Monday night. So I guess Wednesday is when I'll get the trip back started. I don't know. Like I've said before, I'm just winging it. Day by day. Weather's amazing today. It's like in the 60s. Lots of sunshine. Just a slight breeze. Should be a great ride today. Anyways, I'm gonna spin the camera around, just get some footage of the ride. Hope you enjoy. Last night when I was laying around the hotel just relaxing, I was thinking about the content that I make for this trip. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos over the last couple years trying to get ready for this trip. And it seems like every YouTuber has their own style. A lot of people use a bunch of special effects and dub over with music, voiceover. I'm sure I'll get into that at some point. And any input in this in the comments would be greatly appreciated. what would you like to hear about or see as I ride my bicycle all the way across America? My thoughts are just shooting raw video with no effects. Just simply documenting wherever I ride. And if I see something that I think is interesting and should be shared, I'll make little videos, take pictures. Yesterday was day one of the trip. I made a little short video to recap it in my YouTube shorts. I think that's a good thing to do. I don't know if I'll do it every day, but maybe I should every day that I ride, at least. Just do a recap, how the ride went, any issues, any positives. I don't know, I'm just feeling great today. It's not ideal that we've got 2 days of storms coming through, but that's just what I'm going to have to deal with on this trip, and it's really going to be part of the adventure, I think. I'm liking this long sidewalk along State Route 44. I like to stay as far away from cars as possible. Of course, on a trip like this, it's not going to always be possible. I got to spend a lot of time riding the shoulders of roads. And I know it's dangerous, but I always think back to something I always told my daughter and my nephews, really, when they were growing up. Sometimes fun hurts. Doesn't mean that it's not worth doing. To extend that a little farther, sometimes something fun will kill you. If it's your time to go, it's your time to go, I guess. That's what my sister always tells me. My older sister tells me, why sweat it? Worry about when you're gonna die. When it's time to go, it's time to go. So just gotta enjoy as much as we can while we're here. person just sat right through the green light until it turned red. I probably would have blown my horn too. Who am I kidding? I would have been blasting the horn. When I'm driving a car or on my motorcycle, whatever, that drives me insane when the light turns green and nobody goes. It's my biggest concern with cars these days. Nobody looks at the road. Everybody's looking at their phone. It's like everybody's driving around blindfolded. It's my turn. All right. I had to watch that guy. Yo, whenever I'm going through an intersection like that, using the cross signal, always got to watch for the right-hand turns. People don't even slow down. They just blast through the intersection making a right-hand turn. They don't even look to see what's coming. I'd say at least 80% of my conflicts with cars always happen at an intersection like that, where you're trying to use the crosswalk to get across. In the bike lane, I got off the sidewalk because those two pedestrians were there. When I see people walking on the sidewalk, I get back in the bike lane, or if I can. I just feel if there's a designated bike lane, give the pedestrians priority on the sidewalk, you know what I mean? Just me rambling. This area that I'm passing through, the Villages, I think is the world's largest retirement community. It's an extremely large retirement community. They're basically their own town. Maybe they're even their own county at this point. It's a wild place for people to go and retire. Google it, the Villages, Florida. You'll see all kinds of crazy facts. Like the fact that they use loofahs on their golf carts to signal things. You can look it up online. The loofah chart for the Villages. Interesting reading. They're building a Hooters right here, which is pretty funny because I just saw on the news last night the Hooters filed for bankruptcy. This road really has a nice wide shoulders. Some areas it's all covered up in garbage and you gotta watch to make sure you don't puncture your tires, but for the most part it's just really smooth, nice pavement. Especially through here, it's been nice. I much prefer using bike paths. You see much more scenic areas of the state. It's much safer, obviously, but sometimes the bike path just doesn't go to where you're going. So I try to find roads with a wide shoulder, or at least some shoulder. Seems like when I'm looking up routes on the map, the US routes, state routes, like this is State Road 44, those usually have a shoulder. Traffic's picking up a little bit, and this sidewalk looks like it continues on for a while, so I'm going to jump back on the sidewalk. Riding a really leisurely pace today, which is really what I should do every day. There's no reason to hurry, but especially today, like I said earlier. No matter where I stop tonight, I gotta get a hotel, unless I want to sleep in a soggy tent for 2 nights. Looks like the weather's gonna be nice after these storms pass through. I hope so, because I really want to get over to the East Coast and just camp for a couple days. Oh, sidewalk ends, gotta get back on the road. Really can't afford to stay in hotels every night, but it's nice to do when I can. busy road, but for the most part, the drivers have been really courteous. It's funny how my cycling trips go. Some days I just irritate the cars all day long. Not intentionally, just doing what I'm doing, riding the shoulder. I've had people yell at me, throw stuff at me. But then you have days like today, where so far everything's been peaceful. Can't beat this weather. This is like perfect cycling weather today. I've ridden 12 miles this morning. Well, it's afternoon now, I think. Oh, no, it's not quite noon yet. Averaging under 10 miles an hour, just not pushing it. I'm just enjoying it. Usually best effort pulling this loaded trailer. I average around 10 miles an hour, so makes the math easy when people are like, how many hours did you ride? And I'm like, well, I went 70 miles, so 7 hours. Even I can do that math. Gave me a little shimmy.